Hello everybody and welcome back. I am Mr. JP and we're playing, no unpause it, Out of Ore. When you left me I was over here and building the hoppers for this machine. So, what's going on here? Oh okay, it's just early, that's why it's dark. Cheers all you guys for tuning in. Thanks to the new subscribers and to the old subscribers who are coming back. Nice to see you all again. I've done a bit of testing. This machinery works, and here, interestingly, sometimes if you start tiles from somewhere else and then meet up with other floors, they don't line up, which is something I'll have to bring up with someone. We learn these things as we start to build. I haven't done much decorative building. I'm learning. So, anyhow, I think I pretty much explained how the machine works. Dirt comes out into here and is stockpiled in this box, which has got 30,000 in it already. And then all of the rich stuff comes out of these two into this hopper and up the hill. And so I've just built some hoppers in along here. Just check they're not clogging. Because clogging hoppers is a problem. Your machine will stop working and your rich stuff will stop flowing and you'll stop getting XP, and that's no good to anybody. Really is no good to anybody, right? Okay, so this end of the machine. Sorry about the jerky camera there. Got the runs coming down this way as I had before. I've started dropping them down. Eventually they're going to go down into the hill. They'll have one flat spot up in the machine for dumping other lines in from other areas when we get decorative. So we've got 5 lines down, and down in here there is actually, you can just about see here, under here there is another layer. I went down another ramp with the loader and I tunnelled this out. And it's fiddly to start with, but once you're in there it works quite well. So I'm just going to build some walls in here. Go to the store, go to the buildings, go to the concrete, because I want wall blocks. And I want these roof blocks. Best unlock of the game so far. Concrete beds. They are so much better than the others. And I'm just going to run down these conveyors like this with these panels. Yeah, and as you can see, because I'm looking slightly high, it flicks up to that upper block, and you can lay out a double run of wall panels very quickly. And it works the same way for floor panels. It works the same way for the blocks. It really can be done fast. Oh yeah, over here, this texture that you see in front of me. This is bedrock where it meets the pay dirt. So that's the colour texture you're looking for if you're after bedrock, but there's no point in being down here until you've got level 22 and can get explosives, unless you want to get in with an excavator and a ripper, because it's pretty frustrating trying to dig into it with a loader. It works, but it's not convincing in the amount of voxels that it gets you for the effort and the time that you're putting in. And you can get a lot more with explosives later on. It's not a big deal at the moment, but that's what the jaw crusher side is built to deal with, is the blasted and crushed stone that comes from the stonework. Now, these conveyor floors are not that realistic. At the end of the day, these are conveyor belts, and any material that drops into the top of them goes into the conveyor belt. They act like a hopper. So there isn't a lot of difference between, in some ways the hopper is a disadvantaged block compared to the conveyor, if that makes sense. But without this function on the conveyor, you'd have a couple of problems in the game. One would be using tunnelers and sort of long haul face mining. You need these conveyors to do that effectively. Laying these in is a bit more fiddly because I haven't gone wide enough at the top here. That's what's causing this. So yeah, the conveyors, as I say, not that realistic, but as you'll see later on when I get a tunneler going, they are necessary to have this functionality. As the game progresses, perhaps as we have to pay maintenance on the conveyors, perhaps there'll be this version which is the open top that allows filling, and there'll be a closed top one that's cheaper to run or something. There's a few different ways it could work. Crikey, got some noisy vehicles going past my house today. Only people who live on the school run, by the way, can truly appreciate the holidays. Like, that's a conclusion I've come to. So yeah, I'm putting all these roof tiles in, and it's fiddly and it takes a while, but you'll understand why when you see like the kind of haul on the return. And this is the groundwork for another part of the mine. This is essentially a drift mine, in the fact that this tunnel will go downhill into this mammoth hill in front of me. And if I bring up the map, this just shows sort of this is the rescue point in the plant. This is where we were originally digging. I am currently gone down the hill, north, and then back into the hill along this line here. And I'm going to take out all the material in this area. Whole lot's going to go. Massive surface and underground mining expedition is on. So, how to use these rifts? Well, it's up to you really, but once you've got this floor and arrangement in, it's sort of clog proof in the fact that ground will no longer form through the conveyors, and you can get in here with a loader and just start bringing the ceiling down. So this is all dirt, so this isn't going to get me any profit. However, sorry, it's a bit awkward because of the ramp behind me. I really should have spaced it back and ran the ramps in a bit lower, but that's a job for later on. For now, we're just interested in cleaning all of this out that we can. Don't worry too much about the sides, they're sortable later. They can be done from above or smoothed out. You'll see what I mean as I get into this. You may have seen other YouTube creators doing this, and because we've all been working together in Skunkworks, we've all been coming up with different ideas. So you will see some ideas that are pretty much universal. We all sort of came up with them at the same time, independently of each other. They're very simple sort of theories and ideas. I don't think anyone could claim ownership on them, but I think we've all got unique twists into how we use them. I know that one of the other guys was not liking the fact that conveyors didn't butt join together, and I don't think they should, because in real life all conveyors go slightly uphill before they drop onto another conveyor. If they butt together, when in a mining setting with dirt and everything, it'll clog up all the rollers and works underneath where the two conveyors meet. Having conveyors like that does work in certain settings. In manufacturing, where you're dealing with a universally shaped product, you can quite often have flat conveyor routes that come alongside and go underneath each other and stuff. They work because they're designed for one thing. Now just see here, there's a little lump appeared in the roof there, and this happens periodically from time to time with some of the voxels. For some reason you just can't remove them, and then all of a sudden they'll just suddenly pop when you're driving past, or the roof will collapse in. Now roof collapses I'm in two minds on. I like the idea, I like the mechanic, I like where we're going with it, but currently the way it works sucks. In the fact that it always seems to collapse over the top of the player perfectly, which is fine, but I think a bit of area dispersion on it might be a good idea, so it collapses somewhere within a certain distance of the player, like say, I don't know, 12 blocks. There we go. See, it just lands on you. And this is the joy of the conveyor floor. Is normally those collapses would be causing pile-ups of muck on the floor that cause your vehicles to go a bit wild, and it can be a bit annoying. However, with the conveyor floor, it just disappears and goes into your machine, right? Most annoying with the tunnelers because they're a flat-topped vehicle and the material just sits on the top of them. Same as the underground loader, and the 510 loader can be pretty bad for it. Haven't taken the 1600 underground yet, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, any flat-top machine is going to suffer that trouble, if that makes any kind of sense. Crikey, it sounds like half the British Army going past. What's going on? It's like seriously heavy trucks and stuff going past. I'm sat below the level of the window, so I can't really see out, because I'm sat on the floor, by the way. Yeah, Mr. JP is so poor he's sat on the floor. I need to set up Patreon or something. Or I need to get like 1,000 subscribers so YouTube will start paying me. Whichever, I don't care. I'm pretty much mercenary, by the way, so you know, if you've got a computer game that needs testing and you want to pay me, let me know. So yeah, we're just racking down the roof now onto this conveyor floor, and as you can see, this is a fast way of getting large amounts of material down out of the ceiling, and the collapses help even more if that hadn't been in the dirty bit of the ceiling where it's all mucky. But you can literally, with the blade on the needs to be near level. If you tilt it slightly up, you'll get a cut into the ceiling like that. And with it fully up, if I just tilt it down so that it starts emptying like that, and then go in, you can see it cuts about, what, half a metre lower. So that gives you an idea on what you can and can't cut. But if you just sweep up and down with the blade, bucket curl rotating, it's like a diagonal motion on the mouse, and it will just keep on sweeping material into the machinery like that. And you can back up and swing your bucket across into the walls, and it just spews off where pretty much the bars at the top of the bucket. I observed this in a local sandstone and clay mine. The material around here is sandstone, rock, sand and clay underneath. Very much the colour of this pay dirt, to be honest. And a local quarry, they dig it out using loaders, much like this one. They've got an excavator there, but it's very rarely used, to be honest. And the loader can just go into the cliff face and use those bars on the top of the bucket like that in a raking fashion, and they just cut the cliff face down like that and pick it up and put it through a wash plant effectively, and they separate the sand from the clay and it goes for aggregate use. But yeah, when the cliff gets too high, they just sort of go in above it with the loader and either bulldoze it down or use a bulldozer if they've got one. I haven't actually seen a bulldozer up there. Or they go in with the excavator and cut the top off it for the loader. Standard sort of step mining. But that, as I say, the substrate is very soft material. It is not effectively rock. You know, the buckets get polished and they wear thinner and thinner and through, apparently, according to the drivers, rather than actually taking damage and having holes punched in them. Once a bucket up there is worn out, it's because it's actually been sanded through. It's not because it's dented, which I find kind of interesting and funny. Okay, so we've been working away down here and dumping some crazy stuff, so I'm just going to park that up, jump across here, and I can sit and watch this for hours. I'm sorry, I find it really entertaining. So yeah, got a lot of dirt and stuff coming through there, occasional holes in that, which mean there's rich stuff going through, and these bottom outputs are the wash plant outputs with separated dirt, and the top outputs are the ones that will produce from rock, which shouldn't be really pumping anything out at the moment, but that's where the coal will come out from. So yeah, these wash plants are going to be sat running away for a little while, gently pumping out. We're not into the richest pay dirt, but yeah, it's moving. So head up to the rescue location, and this is why I don't move the rescue location in car map. It's perfect. and you can just watch your rich stuff coming in all day from this kind of mining, because the volume that's coming in and will be coming into this drift mine is huge. This will run continuously. It just won't stop. So yeah, that's sort of the final update to where I am at the moment. Probably going to have to cut this one short a little because Discord's going nuts, which means that I'm probably needed to do some real lifing. And I'll be probably having a quick cuppa with my pal Oswin, who has a YouTube channel, and quite likely to be seeing some out of ore from him. But he also does some other stuff, so that's kind of cool. So yeah, thanks for everyone for joining me. I'm just going to go in. Right, you see there, I've got a bucket full of white stuff from the rock, which I'll tip out there, and you can see it's formed white where it's reformed, and that white is the broken stone you can really dig. As I say, you can push into it with a loader, but it's quite inefficient. A lot of material goes missing, but not a lot of gain. But having done that, let's park that again, tab over to here, jump out, and we should have, yeah, we've got a bit of material now coming out of these top vents. Every time I look at one it stops, but there you go. And as you can see, a sizable amount of gravel is coming out of there. And yeah, hey, there's level 21. One more level, we can get some explosives in and really get going. But yeah, that won't run for long on a couple of bucketfuls. There's already 10,000 of dirt gone through here, and dirt isn't worth much, gonna be honest with you. Let's just go to the store and sell this bit, see what happens. Yeah, 28k for 40k of dirt, and as you can see, it takes quite a bit of a hole. I've gone through that dirt layer there, and all of the pay dirt mix, obviously, and that's what's come out of that. So yeah, I'm in the next episode going to be continuing the development of this machinery and getting some coal, I think, is the next episode really. So yeah, that's that for the moment. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Going to be getting, as I say, a bit more industrial with this drift mine. We're going to be going in, removing a lot of the hill in front of us. And when I say removing a lot of the hill, I do mean removing a lot of the hill. Let's walk up that hill a bit. That'll allow me to zoom out. Yeah, half an hour's gameplay. I did spend a few minutes tidying up what I was doing, so it was easy to set up. I'm trying to go for a slightly shorter video on this one. But as you can see from this viewpoint, up there there's a darker patch which looks like coal, and over there there's a darker patch that looks like coal. I know that further up the hill on the left and the right there is lots of coal, so this is a good spot for the coal hunt. There's also this big seam of coal behind us, and a load of stuff over in that hill over there, so eventually we'll be going that way too. But for the moment, this will do me. So yeah, cheers very much. Thank you to all the subscribers. Big up to you all. Thanks to all the new viewers that are coming in, I suspect, and old viewers who are returning. Sorry for the long absence, but I think with the development that we see on the game so far, I will be running the night settings and speeding up the day-night a bit later on, once I get decorative and start playing with the lighting. And I might dust my graphics card before I do that, because my computer's kind of old and it might make it sweat. But yeah, cheers for tuning in, guys. Look after yourselves. Feel free to please like and subscribe. I need money, and YouTube paying me would be awesome. But yeah, if you want to leave comments and any ways I can improve the video, just let me know. Or if you want to see me do a video on a certain subject as well, start throwing them up there. Be pretty awesome to get some what do they call it, interaction going with the audience. Yeah, audience interaction. But yeah, thank you very much, everybody. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.